So, again, I know a lot of you, but for those of you that don't know me, my name is Vince Gabriel. My real quick story is I opened my first gym in 2007, and it's been running ever since. I'm in here now, and you're going to see some pretty cool examples about generating referrals uh, from my gym, from the thing that I'm doing. And the cool thing is I don't even do anything anymore. They do all the work. And all of a sudden I come in, I was like, oh, that's a really cool idea. I'll go teach that to these guys today. So, so sometimes they get mad at me. It's like, hey, that wasn't your idea. I was like, yeah, well, it's mine now. But I'm just swimming in an ocean of of things that are happening in terms of making a gym more successful. I have my own gym. We have 100 and I think 137 now. It's just mind-boggling to me. 137 gyms in the SPF Mastermind. So people that I'm coaching on a regular basis. Out of those people, we have two groups of 13 that are in our CEO, our highest level mastermind, and everything like that. So I pinch myself. I have the best job in the world. I'm super lucky that I now get to, after many, many years of running a gym, I now get to teach this stuff all day long. So super grateful. And the third piece is, because marketing is kind of my jam. It's, and referrals is really just a one piece of the marketing. Um, but it's really three things. It's my own gym, it's the mastermind guys I'm coaching, but then I also own a marketing agency called Kiss Marketing. And that agency does digital marketing for gyms. We build websites. Many of you are clients of that program also too. We have a full-time team of 14 team members down in San Antonio, Texas. And believe it or not, I've only been there like once. I haven't even met half the people on the team. It's really weird. But that's where I'm getting all my info and data. So when you see me send an email with like a statistic or you see it's coming from that place. It's coming from the place of this is what I did in my own gym. It's coming from a place of this is what my clients did to have success. And it's coming from a place of this is what my agency did that got a measurable result. And that's where I'm drawing all the stuff that I'm teaching from. So you're not going to hear a lot of theory. You're not going to, well, this could work and that could work. Cause I think there's a lot of that in the industry right now. And, I'm just swimming right now in an ocean of content and data and results to help you guys bring you this kind of training. Okay. All right. So a couple questions for you guys. First question, what's the best thing you got for Christmas? Type it in the chat. Okay, your best or holiday. Everyone says happy holidays these days. I say Merry Christmas. But anyway, so type into the chat because this will be an interactive. And if I'm not gonna I'm sometimes easier on Leo. There's a note taker in here. Get him out. Get him out. So just type into the chat favorite day. Just let's kind of uh and Eli Gross, make sure you participate. Okay. I I'm sensing that you're not going to participate. I'm sensing that out of you because I think you're scrolling the internet right now or on this call. Do you guys know that I can see if you're on your computers checking your emails? Right? You guys know that. You guys have email eyes, right? And I can see your eyes like moving and you're on. No, I'm just kidding you. But let's see what you guys got for Christmas. And this is just chat training. So you guys, because we are going to type into the chat. I want to get interaction from you guys. Make sure you're understanding me. I'll tell you, since I've been gone, Zoom changes all kinds of stuff in now. That, okay, so Lewis, fifth grandchild, very cool. 18 holes of golf for Chris. Deandra got a stocking filled with facial hydrations, very cool. Daughter's pick, cologne, is it cologne? As you see that sound? Very good. All right, it doesn't seem like many of you are participating in there, but we'll maybe try a different question. Okay. Automatic trash can. I got one of those too. Drone to spy on New Jersey. You don't believe it or not, I have not seen one of the drones yet. Like everyone's like saying there's this big thing in Jersey where I live and it's like drones everywhere. I have not seen one yet for whatever reason, but
Yeah.
new to you. Seth. Oh, cool. Bike, new tequila. Very good. All right. So, you came here to learn about referrals. So here's what I want to know. And this one you got to answer. So if you didn't get anything for Christmas or you got coal, you're embarrassed by it. All right. You want to tell us. That's fine. But you do got to answer this question. Okay. And that is, what is your biggest challenge when it comes to getting more referrals at your business? Everyone's got to participate in this one, okay? Because this is going to guide some of the things that we're going to speak about. It's going to tell us what we're going to focus on. It's going to give me some insight on where you guys are struggling and what it may do. Here's the thing, and I'll talk while you guys are typing, okay? So the question is, what is your biggest challenge when it comes to getting more referrals into your business? And so the big thing you guys gotta understand uh, is that referral game is a game that you can play. It is not a game that you can be a spectator on. Okay. That's the first biggest point that you got to understand is that you cannot just sit and wait for referrals to happen. And I'm going to talk about that a lot in a second, but let me just hear some of these things coming in. All right. So, penetrating the market outside of organic reach. I'm not good at sales. Um, what offer my clients to refer? This is a great question. Getting quality referrals. Uh, uh, Clients who say they tell everyone about us, but nothing ever happens. That's a good one. Getting those referrals in contact. Just starting the
Like,
business.
yeah, just real short. I got a bandana with
Oh, Joaquin, he's going to hear about that. Getting solid referrals consistently, a good system and not waiting, not comfortable doing sales. Okay, so some consistent patterns here. Having a consistent referral system, very good. Members asking family and friends, clients that I help don't want to provide referrals when I ask. Okay, we'll talk about that. It seems like small classes are don't want their friends in it. Okay, people assume their friends can't afford it. Okay, great question. Best offer to give. I don't actively pursue them as I don't have a solid system. Okay, great. You guys are doing much better on this one than the Christmas question, by the way. So great job.
Mm.
Biggest obstacle and everything is the urgency to do it. I mean, I'll do it tomorrow. There you go, Mark. Okay. Thank you for biggest hurdle is getting new members to ask. Okay, cool. Um, a consistent system. I work with youth athletes. The folks who bring the referrals, parents are not the clients. I'm interacting. Okay, cool. I can talk about referrals for athletes all day long. No systems in place. I have a hard time getting clients to be interactive. Okay, outstanding. I believe that most of your questions or challenges that you have provided here today probably will get scooped up in the training. So I do believe that most of the things that I saw, we will be covering today. What I'd like you to do, and this is kind of what I was going to say before, um, but hold on to your questions or your specific challenges. And at the end, I'll personally answer them individually. So, I know it's like getting on a call like this. Sometimes it's like nerve wracking to like unmute yourself and ask a question for some more than others, right? Like I'm like, if I'm on a Zoom and stuff, like it takes me a lot to do it because I'm more of an introvert. Some of you extroverts are totally fine with it. But honestly, like the times I've been on stuff like this, and I do stuff like this, I'm, in many different masterminds myself for my own companies. And the times I just wake, work up the courage to ask a question, like I get more from the one question that I've got than anything else, right? Because the one question that you've got is very specific to what you need at that moment in time. So I'm kind of putting a challenge out there for you guys to ask a question. And the other promise is this, is that I know that if you have a specific question, someone else on this call has that same question. And you're doing them a favor, by having the courage to ask the question. Okay. Okay. So here's the first question for you. Second, well, actually, third question now. Okay. If, if your business could only grow by getting referrals, I erased you from the internet. You have no website. You have no Facebook ads. You have no email marketing. You have no joint ventures. Nothing. Every other avenue of new clients, there's no Instagram anymore. And the only way that you could get new clients was through referral, was through the current clients that you have right now to refer their friends to you. Okay. And here's the thing. I want you to just sit with that question for a second. I'm not even going to ask you to type that into the chat. Okay. But I want you to start thinking about what would you be doing differently? What would you be doing differently in your business right now if that's the only way that you could grow? How would you treat your clients? What type of things would you start to know about your clients? The first thing I would be doing, I would be writing a list of all the clients that train with me. And I'd be like, all right, do they have a spouse? And does that spouse train with me right now? And that would be like the first thing, right? The first driver of it, because it's the closest person and it's the easiest referral. I just gave you an idea right there. You could hang up the call right now, honestly. Like you could leave right now and you could just make a list of all your clients. Okay. And to the right of that list, put another column and write, does spouse train with us? And write yes or no in the column. And what I would do is all the no's, I would go have an individual private conversation and make an offer for a 30-day free membership for their spouse to come train with you one-on-one. Sorry, have the conversation one-on-one. This isn't even, I didn't even think I was going to do this today. All right, but I'm giving you an idea. If you want to leave early, you can leave. I just gave it to you. You just go do this. You'll get all the referrals you need. But that's what the thing, you got to pay attention to the assets that you have. And those are huge, huge assets. So that's one idea. But let me share the training for you. I get so excited about this. Okay. This is stuff for me. Share the screen. All right. Okay, we got lots of stuff. All right. So that was my big question for you guys. So we unpacked it and I gave you an idea. So let's talk about where's Rosemary? I want to make sure I can see Rosemary. If you could see her, Rosemary, wave to everybody. Rosemary's in the mastermind, and she is like, I always make sure I can see her screen because unlike Eli, is it Eli or Ely? Am I getting that right?
It's actually Ellie.
Ellie, sorry. Unlike
Yeah, no
Ellie,
problem.
yeah, unlike Ellie, Rosemary laughs at everything that I say. She laughs at all my jokes. She's always smiling. If I say something, she's nodding her head. Like Aaron just looks down. He frowns at when I say stuff. Like he's not even listening to me right now. He's probably scrolling Facebook right now. All right. Well, anyway, I got Rosemary on the ticket. All right. Thank you, Rosemary. All right. So what about referred clients? Now, I'm not telling you guys about this, anything, that you don't know. Okay. You know that referred clients, buy more, right? Most of the time, if you look at your referred clients, they're probably very likely on the highest level memberships that you've got. If you got 3-day-a-week memberships, if you got like a kitchen sink membership, they're the ones that are probably buying it. And what do? They buy it with what? They buy it with less resistance. Like they're not like hemming and hawing and they're just like, hey, dude, my buddy John trains here. Give me what he's doing. Like whatever it costs. Like I like those are like the best meetings in the world. And you don't have that meeting with a Facebook ad person. You don't have that meeting with a website person, even though websites are better and more qualified. You only have that meeting with one type of person, and that person is a referred client, the person that lines up. There's no hemming and hawing, there's no negotiation. I'm ready to go, I'm ready to buy. Okay. They stay longer. I don't have this in the surge. I go through more. There are a bunch of studies that prove this. I didn't have the time to go in and put and link the actual studies, but there are Harvard Business Review studies. There are all kinds of things that say referred clients tend to stay longer than non-referred clients. And as you can see, Rosemary nodding her head. That is right. That is true. That is fact. Thank you. Um, Typically, those people are going to refer other people. Okay, so think of it, it's like a multiplier effect. The more clients you get from referral, the more those people that were referred are going to refer. One, because those types of people refer. Okay, when someone when a really you know high net worth person tells their friend about something, they tell freaking everybody. Now we're going to talk about why. Okay, and it's not because you gave them $100 bill. Okay, I'll talk about why. Future pace that one. And the reality is this, they are almost free. Almost. And I'll tell you why they're not totally free in a second here. But think of how much money. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't spend money on Facebook. I'm not saying you shouldn't be doing this stuff. 100% you should have a system for generating leads using multiple, what I call fingers on the glove. And many of you that follow me know that that's one of my main teaching principles is having a marketing glove where there's multiple things going on. But the reality is maybe a customer cost you $1,000 to get, right? Maybe a lead cost you $50 to get. And believe it or not, for our businesses, most of the people that follow me do small group personal training and they're charging $300, $400, $500. A lot of people freak out if they start spending $40 on a lead. I don't freak out at all. I'm like, I'll spend $40 on a lead all day long. Right. And if I get a customer and it costs me $500 to get a customer, but that customer is worth 4,000, like, do the math, guys. Right? We got to start thinking that way. We have to start thinking with this investment mindset, not the scarcity mindset. So getting into the numbers now, um, so here are the most important numbers that you should know about referrals. Okay. Um, One is what's good. Um, And I've taken this number from a couple places. One, I've taken this number from my own gym because I have the most intricate data on it. And I will tell you this, most of the time, my business has been pretty good. Okay. It's a very good business. It's been a 7-figure business for a very, very, very long time. Okay. Probably since 2013. 2013 was our first 7-figure year. And it's been like that ever since. Okay. Um, But we had a couple years in COVID where we got away from culture. We hired some of the wrong people during COVID. And hey, I'm the only one to blame. And I will tell you this, the amount of clients that we got from referrals absolutely tanked. We were spending all kinds of crazy money on Facebook. We were saying, we got to fix this problem. We got to fix this problem. And we didn't have a marketing problem. We had an internal issue. Okay. So you got to understand, but here's what you should be getting. I like to see, write this down, a 20% annual yield on referrals. And what that means is that you are getting, if you have 100 members, you are getting about 20 referrals a year. Okay. Nothing crazy, right? Nothing crazy, but think about how valuable those 20 are. They don't cost you very much to get. There's not a lot of work to get them. And they're the ones that are probably going to bring you the next 20 over the next year. Okay. So that's a good barometer for you guys to use. The other person that teaches this is a guy named Dean Jackson, who's a marketing genius, who's one of my big mentors. And he always talks about the 20% annual yield on referrals. Okay. The second number is to know how many referrals you're getting each month. Now, let me ask you a question, and let's use the chat for this one. Okay. And Everyone participate. No, here's the thing. Here's what I just want you to know about this. No one gives a shit about your number. Okay. So if you're embarrassed to put your number in, understand that nobody cares. It's a great mantra for life. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. And when we have that mantra, sometimes the whole comparison thing tends to kind of get thrown out the window because nobody gives a shit. They're going through their life. They're worrying about their own issues. They're worrying about their own problems. All right. So just focus here. So put the number in. How many referrals did you get last year? All year. You either write the number or you say, I don't know. There's two answers to this question. You give me the number and an accurate number, or you write, I don't know. So those are your two possible answers. Don't make something up. If you don't know the number, you don't know the number. Because I will tell you this, typing into the chat, I don't know, is your first step toward knowing. Admitting that you don't know your numbers, admitting that you have no idea how many referrals you got last year, because this is not something I track. Well, here's the thing. If you don't track it, there's no possible way you're going to get more. If you do not track it, there's no possible way you will get more. So type into the chat exactly how many referrals you got last year, or I don't know. The hell is that? Leo, are you doing something in my document? You better not be doing anything in my document, Leo.
That is not me. You're the only one in your document.
I don't know what that number thing was. Okay. So let me pop into the chat here. I don't track. Not 2025, Hamilton. I don't know. There you go. Aaron, that's a legit number, 10. Yeah, good job. What's that on the annual yield? How many total members do you have?
What do you mean?
How many total members do you have?
Like total members
Yeah.
or?
Yeah.
Well, I have 165 right now.
Okay. So you're performing a little below. Ideally, if you're at a 20% yield, you should be about 30 referrals.
Yeah, I definitely can do more.
Okay, cool. But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, I shall have a doubt.
yeah, yeah. But I was just using the data that I gave you, that 20% yield at 165, you should be at around 30. But that's great. So now we're gonna look lock and load and get that number up. But I'm proud of you for knowing it. Because that's the first step towards getting more referrals. Is actually knowing how many you got. Okay, cool.
Actually,
Um,
that's one of the reasons why I've been doing it.
awesome. Very good, brother. Okay, cool. Joaquin, where are you at? How many total members do you have? Where is this on the yield? Joaquin, are you scrolling Instagram?
No, I'm here in the
Oh,
gym.
okay. All right.
Yeah, so we're growing from
I'm-
about 35 to about 70 right now.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know what the average was for the whole year, but in
So
24,
you're
we got
right.
about
You're right on track. So you're at 70 members and you had 8 referrals. So you're right on track with that
Yeah.
20% yield. Good job.
eight
Excellent.
closed, right? Is that what your question? 8 closed?
Yeah. 8 people close from referrals. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, cool. All right. So that's the second number you guys need. You got to get that actual. What is it? And then what you need to do is you need to start tracking this on a monthly basis. At the end of every month, you have to look and see the number. How many referrals did we get? If you put it on a monthly scoreboard or a monthly report card, all you have to do is add it up 12 times and then you'll know the annual number, right? And then you'll say, all right, this last year we were at a 10% or a 5% yield. We got to do something different this year. Referral generation needs to be in the plan of our business to be able to move and push forward for the next year. Okay. So you got to know it. You got to know what the number is. Track it on a very, very regular basis. We definitely monthly, if not weekly. Okay. Lifetime customer value. Lifetime customer value. This is the average, okay, of how many months people stay multiplied by the average amount of money that people pay. So an example would be if the average client stays with you for 10 months and they pay an average of $500, okay? Not that person pays an average, all of your clients together pay an average of $500, then you have a $5,000 lifetime customer value. Okay. Now, I'm not going to get into, I do get into in the surge, I get into how to get this number, and there's a couple different ways to do it. There's the doom and gloom way to get it, and then there's the, excessive optimism way to get it. So there is two ways to get this number. It is a number that you must know. You must know this for referral generation, and you must know this if you're spending money on marketing. If you're hiring an agency like KISS to do your marketing, you got to understand what your lifetime customer value is. Okay. And this is going to dictate and drive, what are you willing to do? What are you willing to spend to acquire your customer? Okay. You don't know the last bullet point until you know the lifetime customer value. You have to know this number. What is the cost to acquire a client with paid marketing? Now, if you're not doing this paid marketing, then you don't need to worry about this. But if you're doing paid marketing and you're spending money on, you're paying an agency to build your website, you're paying for Facebook ads and ad management, you're paying someone for, help with your social media, take all the money that you're spending on marketing. And that could even be, like joint ventures or even sponsorships. I'm a big teacher of sponsorships. I love sponsorships where you pay money to get emails to be set for you. But what does it cost you? And what you do is you essentially just take all the money that you spent to get new customers last year, and you divide it by the new customers that you got outside of referrals. You take referrals out because they weren't part of that. Okay. And that would tell you what you're willing to spend to acquire a customer. And so I'll tell you this, let's just say that it costs you on average $500 to acquire a new customer. Well, would you pay a client? Would you pay one of your members $500 to refer you one client? All day long and twice on Sunday. Now, I'm not saying you should do that, but I am saying that's the mindset that you should have. So you really need to know what is the amount you're willing to spend, and you need to know your lifetime customer value and cost to acquire a customer to get that. So those are just some data and some numbers that you don't need to know. Don't be overwhelmed if you don't know that stuff yet. Keep it simple and just start with the first one. How many referrals are you getting on a regular basis? And just track that. Okay, that's the first one that you really got to know. Okay, so the real reason why your clients refer, I had a gym owner I used to coach who had something called the Benjamin Club. And the Benjamin Club was, he would, gather, it was a group training gym, and he would gather everyone around and be like, hey, Rosemary said it's a new client. Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. And he like bring out $100 bill and he'd be like, she joined the Benjamin Club. Let's go. And he was like all over it. And it was like a hype thing and stuff like that. And it's like, I think it was cool. And I do think it worked. I think it was a strategy that worked because I think his market was motivated by that. But it's not the real reason of why people refer. Okay. And the reason why people refer is also the same reason of why people don't refer. Okay. People refer, write this down, to enhance their status in the world with their peer group. Here's what this means. If I go to this restaurant and I love the restaurant and I go, hey, Chris, I know you love Italian food. You've got to go check this place out. Right. And Chris goes and he checks it out and he's like, oh shit, Vince, that was awesome. That was one of the best restaurants I've ever been to. Thank you so much. Now, I didn't get anything from the restaurant, did I? But what did I get? I got an elevation of status in my relationship with Chris. And that, my friends, is worth a whole hell of a lot more than a Benjamin Club. So you have to start understanding of why people actually do refer. But listen to this. It's the same reason of why people are afraid to refer. Because if I refer Mark and Mark has a bad experience at that restaurant, he's going to look at me and be like, fucking Vince doesn't know what he's talking about. I went to that restaurant and it sucked. He must be some kind of an idiot. And then my status goes down. And you got to understand that this is how it works. And nobody talks about this, but this is real. This is human behavior. This will not be argued with. This is just how human beings are wired and how we think. It's a tribal thing. It's like in the tribe, all of a sudden, if you got kicked out of the tribe, you were going to be dead, but eaten by a lion if all of a sudden you went. It goes back that far. But you got to understand that. That is why people refer. And they refer when they have trust, when they have this feeling that I know Chris is going to go to that restaurant and he's going to love it. I have no doubt it's going to happen. And if your clients are holding back, it is because they're unsure. They are not sure that if they refer you to that place, that they are going to have a good experience. And that's the first thing you need to fix. Okay. Okay, so let's talk about accidental, and we're going to talk about how to fix it in a second. Let's talk about accidental versus orchestrated referrals. Hey, just type into the chat really quick. Is this helpful? Type into the chat. Is anything I said helpful? Is this am I totally off base? And are we on the right? Are we going on our track? Okay, cool. All right, I got 3 yeses. Okay, very good. Okay, thank you. All right, so this is fun. I'm having weird fun. I missed this stuff. I haven't done this stuff in a while. I've been like on hiatus for a little bit. Accidental versus orchestrated. So understand this. Most referrals happen by accident, meaning of the ones that you got, the stars aligned and you got a referral. You know, you got lucky. It's kind of just like, you know, the ball, like it's like, you know, Eli throwing to Tyree, get caught in the helmet. Like that's like, you just got lucky, right? 20% of referrals are typically reactive, meaning a client, you know, is randomly talking to a person. Yeah, that's where I train. And then the client has the wherewithal to actually look up your website and add their name into your contact form and then become a client, right? It's almost like a reactive thing. 80% are accidental, almost 0 are what's called orchestrated. Okay. And that's what we want to change. We want to change the amount of referrals that you're getting from accidental to orchestrated, meaning that you are doing stuff to stimulate people referring you. Okay. So here's the kind of the first thing you need to know is all referrals happen from a conversation. Okay. All referrals happen from a conversation. It doesn't matter if that conversation's in person. It doesn't matter if that conversation is via email or text or whatever. It doesn't matter. Okay. So the first thing is one of your clients needs to be in a conversation with someone that you might want as a client. Okay. The second thing that needs to happen is your client needs to notice that they're talking about you. Okay. So here's what so they're going back and forth and the one person's saying, oh my God, I feel like such shit. I'm, you know, gained so much weight this year and I really need to do something about it. Okay. Your client cannot say, oh, you should go check out Oprah magazine because I hear there's a lot of fitness tips in Oprah magazine and they'll really help you that. No, 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 no. Your client needs to be like, oh, wait, we're talking about fitness. We're talking about training. We're talking about strength. We're talking about fat loss. I gotta think about rosemary. Wait, you need rosemary, right? And so that kind of formulation in their mind needs to happen. Okay. And then the final thing is once they have that mindset that they think of you, then all of a sudden they need some kind of a mechanism. They need to have been told how to refer you a client. I'm going to tell you how to do it later. Okay. But that is one of the most important pieces is you must train your customers how to give you referrals. You must train your customers on how to give you referrals. All right. 2 reasons why you don't get more referrals. 1, the product isn't good enough. It's just not. You think it's better than it actually is, and it's just not. And I'll say, when we go back to the status thing, if people are afraid to send you a referral, this is 100% is because there's a little bit of lack of trust. And they might be okay with you. They might be like, yeah, it's good. If someone asks how your gym is and their voice goes high, like, that's not a good thing. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, it's good. You ever seen I Love You, Man? Where it's like, oh, your voice gets high, right? It's like if their voice goes high, it's like, no, it's like, oh, yeah, dude, you got it. Like that's what you want them saying. It's got to be like, no doubt, no indecision, no, like, nope, go see Rosemary. Here's our personal cell. She's going to take good care of you. Tell her I sent you. Like, that's what kind of you want to start. But if the product isn't there, that's not going to happen. And that's what you need to do is, for some of you, honestly, for some of you, more referrals may just mean some little bit doing better at what you, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if you didn't get a lot of referrals last year, maybe we don't look at a ton of different referral strategies and bring a friend days and all this stuff. Like, maybe we just need to get better. And I'll tell you this, the time that we did not have a lot of referrals, and this year we had the most amount of referrals that we've gotten this year at my gym than any other year that I can remember. Like, crushed it on referrals. Absolutely crushed it. And it's just like, it kind of gave me the idea to do this, honestly. Like, they're just killing it. And again, I have no involved. They're doing all the work. I'm not doing anything. Right. But they're just getting referral. Well, where did it come? Referral, because we track it on a weekly basis. Like, damn, you guys got a lot of referrals. A lot of people come in through referral. They're like, yeah, no, we're good. I was like, yeah, good job. Right. Okay. So 5 ways to improve. So what do you need to do? You need to improve relationship equity. If you have more relationship equity, you'll get more referrals. Gyms that went out of business during COVID-19 did not build enough relationship equity. My gym was charging $400 a month for Zoom calls for like 2 years. Zoom calls. We didn't change the price. We didn't lower the price. We just like kept doing the same thing. And it's just like, it's mind-boggling that. And it was only because of relationship equity. It was an inferior product that we were giving them. Totally inferior. But the relationship equity is there. And so you need to start build. 1 is you start getting better clients. Okay. Yeah. If you have people that are hemming and hawing about the price all the time, there's a good chance that none of those people are referring. So you have to understand and possibly look at who you're training, and is there a target market shift that needs to happen to start getting to and working with people that actually will refer. 2, get more people better results. Like, I know that when I get a client that loses 30 pounds in the first couple months that she's training with us, she's telling freaking everybody about us. I know that a guy that touches toes for the first time and he's never touched them in his entire life, and he's like, oh my God, these people are magicians. It's like, I know that guy's talking about us. And so I think you need to focus on that, and you need to look at what are the measurable results that people are getting, and then obviously showcasing those results. Number 3 is starting to look at and understanding that most people, when they refer, they do it in the very first few months that they're with a program. And the reason why is of part of your brain called the reticular activating system, right? And like, think about when you buy a car and you go buy the car, and like, say you buy like a black Range Rover, and all of a sudden you start seeing black Range Rovers everywhere. Like, there weren't more black Range Rovers. Like, you just notice more Range Rovers. Okay. And that's what it's like when people are at the start of your business, right? The start of like the first 3 months. So what you want to do is you want to structure, and we have a pretty sophisticated onboarding process, and we teach that as well. It's one of the most important systems in your business. I think I teach onboarding in Surge. But that first 90 days of onboarding with a client, like that's got to be scripted, that's got to be known, like that's, and what you want to work into that process is how do we get this person a quick win? Right? How do we get this person a quick win? What could we do to get them a quick win in this business? And maybe it's like, I'll be honest with you, some of the best quick wins I've done, and not everyone likes to do this, but all of a sudden, if you just tell them to say, hey, stop eating any starchy carbohydrates. Don't eat pasta, don't eat bread, don't eat rice, don't eat any of it. Or get all of your carbs from fruits and vegetables for the first 30 days. I guarantee you they're going to lose weight. I guarantee you they're going to lose weight. They're going to feel better. They're going to lose weight. It's just like if you just kind of did that one thing like that, and that's just an example. I'm not saying you have to do that, but that's going to set them up for a really, really quick win in the business. Number 4 is make it better. Like have a process where your business is consistently getting better and better and better all the time. Make it better. Maybe make someone on your team, and this comes from you, honestly. Like this comes from you of the obsession. Like I have, my focus is now the SPF mastermind, right? And I have an obsession. I look at what we're doing so carefully and so closely. I'm like, I want to make this better. Every day I wake up, I want to make this better. I want to make this better. I want to make this better. And I have this like incessant drive to make what we're doing better and continually increase the value of what we're giving to our members. So that's got to come from you. And you got to kind of that same energy and that same intensity in your business of how do I make this thing better? Okay. Last, ascension is the best retention and referral driver. Okay. What is ascension? Ascension is they go from 2 days a week to 3 days a week. Ascension is they go from 3 days a week to one-on-one training with your kitchen sink package. Ascension is they're a group training member and then all of a sudden they do one-on-one training or they do small group training or whatever. We're moving them up the ladder. Ascension even could be they're a buyer of other stuff that you do. Maybe you do massage and maybe you do stretch therapy. Like they're adding more stuff. All right. They're becoming a more valuable customer. And when people come, now, I will tell you this. So our mastermind last year, and I know these numbers inside and out, our mastermind, believe it or not, our mastermind had of the SPF members, 2.75% attrition rate. Okay. 2.75. That is unheard of in the consulting space. Like most people are like 15 to 20% attrition. Like that's like average for masterminds. We're at 2.75%. That's in the SPF. Our CEO mastermind, 1%. Okay. Why? They have moved up the ladder. They get more. Now they pay a lot more. Okay. But we have a 1% attrition with CEO and a 2.75%. Right. So we're doing good across the board. But the proof is we had an even higher retention rate with our highest value customers, the people that were in CEO Mastermind. Okay. Okay. So what the hell do we do about all this? What the hell do we do about all this? We got some facts and some things. Hopefully you have some ideas. Okay. We got to build a machine. We got to build a referral machine. Okay. For those of you, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even give you the second point. So I think I got like nailed down. This is our second one. So I'm back here. The 2 reasons why gym owners don't get referrals. Okay. One is the product needs to get better. And I just give you some things to do to make it better. Okay. But 2 is they don't have a system to orchestrate referrals. Okay. And that's what I want to give you now. So there's 4 parts to the system that I teach. Okay. Part 1 of the system is that it's built into your systems. Right. So you actually have a way that you do business that incorporates things that help you generate referrals. You are not just waiting for them to happen by accident, but you are actually doing things that are generating referrals, i.e., you have documented systems. So do you have a documented system for how a client should be sold a membership? Hopefully you do. Okay. Well, You should have documented systems for the point of sale referral. You should have documented systems for when you're going to do a bring a friend day, for how you're going to do a bring a friend day. All of those things need to be built into your business systems if you want them to have it consistently. If it's all of a sudden, you know, Nate wakes up and be like, hey, we should do some stuff for referrals today, and it's left to that, it's not going to go well, guys. It's got to be, hey, every February, we do the Valentine's Day themed Bring a Friend special. And this is how we do it. And this is the document that tells me how to do it. And this is the emails that we send and everything like that. So you need that. And I'm not saying you need to do all this now, but I'm saying, and again, remember, it doesn't need to be a very robust system. Maybe it's only a couple different things, right? So, but if it is those couple things, it needs to be built into the way you run your business. Okay. So number 2 is intentional strategies. That's why I'm here. Okay. Intentional strategies are the things you do to orchestrate getting a referral. Okay. So a bring a friend week is an intentional strategy. I ran a campaign. I did this activity and I got this result. Okay. The point of sale referral is an intentional strategy. Every time someone signs up for a membership, I hand them this card, and then there's a process to follow up with people, right? It's an intentional thing. I'm going to show you some of these in a second here. Well, I'm going to have a little show and tell today. Okay. The third is a reward system. Okay. Reward system. So the third part of the machine is, what do you do when someone sends you a referral? Do you just say, hey, thanks for the referral? Do you even do that? Like, I know that, what did I refer someone to something recently? Like, I didn't get anything for it. Like, dude, there's a guy, my son just started judo. My son's big into jujitsu. And he goes to jujitsu 6 days a week, and he's there. But they want him to try judo, right? And there's this one guy that's at the jujitsu school that's referring all these people to judo. It's one guy because his son started it like 2 years ago. And he's now like in our like circle, and he's telling all, and we're all going, and we're all in the same class. And it's all of a sudden there's jujitsu dads at one gym, and then we go. It's actually tonight at 6 o'clock. There'll be a bunch of dads watching kids do jujitsu, and then we'll all drive over to the judo place together, right? And then we watch our kids do judo. That's what it's like. But this one guy referred like probably 15 clients to this judo guy. Guaranteed he got nothing. Guaranteed he got nothing. Do the math on that. Do the math on that. I asked my brother-in-law. I spent the weekend with my brother-in-law this weekend. He's a financial advisor. Big money guy. Big money guy. And dude, if he gets a client, I mean, some of these people have like $50 million in net worth, right? It's like huge, big money. And I was like, what do you do if a client like sends you a referral? Because all of his clients come on referral. Like, he doesn't do any marketing, so it's all referral. I was like, what do you do? And he's like, I don't do anything. I was like, if you looked at the lifetime value of one of those, a $50 million customer, like, he should send them to Tahiti for a week. Like, that's what he actually should do, right? And that's probably on the low end of what it could be. You got to do something, okay? Here's the lowest level thing. Thank you. I appreciate you sending me a referral. Here's the next level. Write them a handwritten note. Okay, write them a handwritten note. Now, some of you are saying, yeah, do that, but you're probably not doing it. You're probably not. You're probably slacking on this. Okay, most of you are. So you got to get it done. Okay, and then you could do stuff like this. Like I brought. Hold on, I got to get back to my screen. Where is my screen? Here we go. So like this is, we give, when someone sends a referral, one of the first things we do is give them a Yeti mug. There's a Gabriel Fitness Yeti mug. And we got these created. Okay. So that's one of the things that we do. We do other things too, but it's like a cool Yeti mug, and that's what someone gets. We do a cart too. Okay. And the last part of that thing is omnipresence, right? And omnipresence is how you continuously remind your clients about your business so that you stay on their top of mind at all times. Okay, so this is like, here's one of the ideas I didn't create that they did a good job. But this is a box that we send when someone signs up for a new membership. We give them this box, okay, and the box is filled with all kinds of stuff, right? And the stuff it's a gift, right, that they became a member, but the stuff is like, I don't think there's anything in here. But it's like a t-shirt and the omnipresence type things that they can have in their life that remind them of the gym. Okay. So it's a whole system now. It's designed to be a little bit of a reward, right, as a new client, but then it's designed to put these things into their lives so they continually think about us. Okay. So that's kind of what omnipresence is. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share a couple different examples of some things that you could do, some things that we've done, and then we'll go to questions. All right. So, all right. So this is. Can everyone see this? Can everyone see this?
Nope.
I need a head nod.
They can't see it, Vince.
Really?
Yep, just you.
It's weird. My screen's not being shared.
I see it. You good?
I see it.
Oh, okay.
What the hell, Jack?
I guess I'm the crazy one then.
So,
Good job, Jack.
You can't see my.
Yeah,
Jack,
I see
go-
it.
Go
Yeah.
back to following up with leads, Jack. What the hell? You're ruining my
All
whole
right.
thing.
Okay. I see it now.
All
I
right.
see it.
Anyway, so you see it. Okay. So this is something that we have. This is our internal thing, right? And so this is all of the things that we do for marketing, right? So here's like the table of contents. Now this is everything, so I'm not expecting you don't have to create anything like this. Okay. But one of the things that we do is a great way to generate referrals is through challenges that you have, right? So if you have an internal type of challenge, it could be something that you have your members do. A lot of people that follow me are doing the 50 strong, right? And the 50 strong is basically a 6-week challenge that kind of is a 75 hard type of idea. But we have all kinds of things to generate. Let me go to it. We have all types of things to generate referrals in the 50 strong because our members do it, right? And everything's kind of in here. So that's the external marketing. Hold on, let me see if I can get to where's the emails? Shoot. Okay, good. So we have specific emails that go to just the memberships and to the Facebook group. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to get our members to do it. And once a member signs up, we have a whole process when they sign up for the challenge that we try to get them to bring a friend. And we do that by telling them if we basically say, hey, before it's $100 to join the challenge. And we basically say, hey, before we build $100, you can get this free if you sign someone up with you. Do you have anyone in mind that you want to do this with? And then we won't charge you the $100, right? And so that's basically there's a whole process of like you have these specific challenges, but then there's referral things that happen. Let's see if I have a flyer. I don't know if we have a flyer. Those are all the email promos. Anyway, okay, cool. All right, but now I go back to that's the 50 strong. So that was the first kind of example is basically doing some kind of a challenge, getting your members to do it, and then having specific strategies to get them to bring friends to do it and giving you some incentives to do that as well. The next one I wanted to show you was the bring a date one. Where is that one? It's usually in February. Okay, cool. So February, check that out. Work out with the one you love. Page 56. Hold on. Sorry. I know this is March. No, February. Okay, cool. So this one is a total referral campaign. And this is what I was talking about with building it into your systems. Sorry. Shoot. Damn it. Sorry.
Okay, come on.
Victory lap. Am I the wrong way? Habit tracking? No. I don't know if this got screwed up. Where's the February? Damn. There it is. All right. Sorry. Thank you, Rosemary. All right. First, so work out with, so there's a playbook for this, right? There's everything's outlined, everything's detailed, but that's what I'm talking about building into your systems. It's like there's a document. And even if that document is like one page, like this isn't like, look at this. This isn't like anything crazy, right? It doesn't like look great, right? I think we have actually a better one. Hold on. Let me see if I have this one. No. Oh, here it is. So this one's I think is a little better. So this is from our Bring a Date playbook, right? So this is an older one. But right there's the outline of it. There's the member emails. There's the flyer. There's some social posts that we created and did, right? And so you basically say it's nothing special, right? But there's a documented system and a process for like, so part of this is like making it like repeatable. It's like I did this thing and like now I'm going to do it again. It worked well. It generated a couple of referrals. I don't know why we freaking do this all the time, but we do stuff that works and then we never do it again. And this is like the thing that helps you not do that because that's stupid. Like we should do this every year. It's stupid. We just get bored, right? But we just sometimes have to realize that sometimes it is boring. Yep, we're doing 50 strong again. Yep, we're doing bring a friend date again. And until it stops working, we're gonna keep doing it. Okay. This is another one that I've taught a lot of the SPF guys, but it's called the 4-bullet Friday. What I'm doing is I'm just giving you guys some ideas of intentional tactics and stuff, right? But 4-bullet Friday is an email that we send to only members, right? So only members. I know a lot of you guys are on my email list for the mastermind, but we have a specific for the gym clients. We have specific emails that go out just to the gym members, right? Not the regular newsletter list. And it's basically a 4-bullet Friday thing where we give them kind of 4 different things of like, all right, the first one is how to cure anxiety immediately. And they're like little fitness tips. New study, fried food is not bad for you. Are you a mouth breather? And then how to sleep hard. Right. So just little like kind of actionable tips and things like that that are interesting and cool and stuff like that. But every email ends with this. P.S. Have a friend or a loved one that needs to start focusing on their health and fitness. Okay. Boom. Just copy and paste this email below and send it to them. All right. And then boom. And then we send them this link. Okay. Which is here. But understand, I'll go to that link in a second, but understand what we're doing here. If I send this email once a week, there's 52 opportunities for someone to copy and paste that email. And what I'm doing is I'm giving value here, right? Because these are valuable emails and people enjoy reading them, right? And we're just hanging it in there, the PS. And the PS sends them, when they do that, it sends them to this link. Here, this is a landing page. And this is a real simple landing page, right? It's just a quick video from me. And this is only the only people that have access to this page is the clients, right? 30 days of personal training, 100% free to get a full free month. Fitness Jumpstart, and boom, quick contact info. Tell them what they're getting. Message. Look at that. Look at how beautiful that woman is. Oh my God, amazing. That is, that's called hitting the jackpot right there. Yep, amazing. She's actually pretty cool too. And there. And then there's a quick note from us. And then I think it should, I don't know why it's not showing testimonials, but so that's basically it. So those are some different ideas. That's another one we should do with a black card. We should do this like a 30-day all access pass with a black card. And we put the sign up, right? But as you can see, like all of this, I'm gonna stop the share. All of these stuff is like I'm orchestrating and doing things intentionally to do it. I don't want you to get like, don't get overwhelmed with all the stuff that I showed you. What I really want you to do is be like, okay, let's start with this. One, let's start tracking how many referrals we're getting. Do it on a weekly basis and do it on a monthly basis and actually see how you're doing. And the second thing is track if you did get any referrals, did they come by accident? Or did they come from something you did? And here's the thing, if you're not doing anything, know that they're probably not going to come from anything you did. So most businesses and most people are getting referrals just by accident. They're just sitting around. Now, when you really think about it like this. Almost think about, for an accidental referral to happen, like what really needs to happen. Like your client needs to leave the gym. They need to bump into a friend. And again, this is if they're not trained on how to refer. They need to bump into a friend. They need to talk about you. The friend needs to go home. They need to Google you. They need to go to your website. Your website needs to be good enough. And then they need to opt in. And then you need to do a good job following up with them. And then they come in and hopefully they sign up for a membership. Like it's a lot of steps. It's a lot of things that need to happen for it. Right. And we don't want to wait around for that. That's like the stars aligning. That's what we're doing. We're waiting for the stars to align. Right. And you don't have to, and you shouldn't. You should do things. You should do stuff that help generate referrals. All right. That's a lot of words. I can tell Vanessa I've used all my words tonight. So let's talk. What was your biggest takeaway from all of that yakking I just did? What was your biggest takeaway from all that yakking I just did? Type that into the chat now. Type into the chat your biggest takeaway. There you go. You go, good. Start with something. There you go, Deandra. Yep. Ask, create a process. We need to get our train our guests on how to give a referral. Omnipresence, excellent advice. Be more intentional. Know your numbers. I like that. Good job, Dar. Yep. Realizing the value of referrals. Yeah, they're really valuable. Like if you just like think about that, like how valuable they are, it's worth the time. It's like, hey, you guys did the right thing by coming today, right? You're now spending time learning about this, but like after you really realize like how valuable they are, it's worth it. It's worth the time that you spent here. It's worth the time when you go home and to write those playbooks. Like it's worth it. It's worth it because they're so valuable to your company and to your business. Keep lifetime customer value in mind. All gold. Feel overwhelmed coming to Orlando. I need help, bro. We got you, Seth. That's very cool. Yeah. Orchestrating referrals instead of accidentally getting them is gold. Very good. Thank you, Jacob. Karen, start tracking them. Yeah. So maybe, honestly, like, maybe you came today to just say, I need to start tracking referrals, right? It's just like, and that's what I tell the SPF guys that I talk to every week. It's just like, sometimes I need to remind them what to do more than teach them new things. I'm willing to bet, Karen, that you probably like, at the end of the day, know like I probably should have been tracking how many referrals we're getting, right? But sometimes you just need to show up and just be like, come in on a call like this and do it. Track a lot more. Tracking it to start. The Excel sheet, spouse idea was great. Yeah, the spouse idea was like, I just gave that to you. I didn't expect to teach that today. All right, awesome, great job. Before I go into Q&A, I want to give a little quick shout out that I am teaching the 6-week new client surge program. And it's basically like this times 1,000. There's a whole 2-hour module on referrals and joint ventures and stuff like that. And we have a whole 6-week course. And the purpose of it is, one, to help you get 30 new members in 6 weeks. And two, install a predictable, reliable marketing system into your business inside 6 weeks. I teach it live only once a year now. So, and I will tell you this, I am completely redoing the course. So this is actually the last time I'm going to teach it. This is like, I've been teaching the surge for like 7 years now, and it's the last time. It's going to go down in history as the last time I'm teaching it. Understand that when I bring it back, better than ever, the price is going to be 3 times more than what it is today. So I suggest if you're going to do the surge with me that you do it this run around, just because the price is going up tremendously. And again, it's going to be better, but it's not going to be 3 times the price better, right? I'm charging that much more money because that's what the damn consultants are telling me to do. They're like, Vince, you're undercharging. Vince, you're undercharging. But it's the course it's 6 weeks long. We start on January 28th. If you are interested, we're not gonna just throw a link at you. If you're interested in the surge and you want to talk to Leo about it to make sure if it's the right thing for you, just type Leo in the chat. Type Leo in the chat, and Leo will jump on a quick call with you. He'll tell you about the surge and see if it fits within your time frame and budget right now. So Leo in the chat. If you're in SPF, don't type Leo into the chat. You're going to mess up our jam. If you're in SPF, you get Surge for free. Okay? If you're in SPF, you get Surge for free. So that's good. All right. That was like not too crazy of a pitch, right? You don't feel slimy now, do you? That was not bad. All right. But it is good. It's a really good course. We get deep into marketing. I gave you a lot of those things I showed you today. I'll give a lot of that stuff to you. Like you get a lot of the resources to be able to use, and there's done for you things that you'll be able to swipe and deploy and stuff like that. So today was just more of a teaching of it, but when you do Surge, you're going to get a lot of resources that you'll be able to use and continue to reuse. So last time, type Leo in the chat if you're interested in having a quick call with him. And we'll go from there. All right. So let's go to Q&A. Who is going to have some courage and break the ice? Who's going to break the ice? Nobody? No questions? I answered every question that you had about referrals. Oh, oh, there we go. Deandra, thank you. What's up?
I do not have a gym to train in because I'm opening a gym in a new city. So I have no clients there in the city. So what should I be spending my time doing to, start generating clients and subsequently referrals?
Yep. So a couple things here. Great question. The first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to have anyone that's launching a gym right now, you need to have a paid ad strategy, right? And this is like a separate piece. So typically when you launch a gym, there's going to be paid ads, and then there's going to be kind of grassroots. And so I haven't seen a successful launch of just grassroots. And so you're going to need to spend some money in the ads and you got to check that box and go, get with Will, over at KISS, and he'll help you out and he'll set you all up. Okay. But from a grassroots perspective, you almost have to think about the relationships. Okay. The relationships are people that are going to refer are not your actual customers, but they're kind of other businesses. So you need to almost kind of move into a joint venture strategy, right? A strategy where you're creating relationships with local companies and local businesses that can then refer you to their network. And what you may need to do is create some different offers and create some things that they can offer them. Maybe there's some kind of a founder's rate that you could approach them with, that they could email out to their audience, or maybe it's a sweepstakes or something like that. But essentially you're, instead of getting your members to refer like we normally would do in an existing business, you need to start treating the local businesses and the local organizations, right? Because it's not just businesses too. It's like, in one of my emails, I think it's coming out tomorrow, but I talk about how a lot of guys at Mastermind are doing a really good job with like housing complexes, like new apartment buildings and new condos and things like that. And they're going to the property manager of these condos and then they're creating offers for the people that live in the condos. Like it's a really good strategy. So don't like think of it's just the salon down the street, right? It's think outside the box. The other thing is think about like other office complexes. Like, is there an office complex that's got like, an office of 30 employees that maybe they want to do some type of a lunch and learn, and you can get in there and do stuff. So that's what I'm saying. Like that's what you need to do is you need to kind of get in front of those people because you don't have actually any clients yet. You really just need to get those people to generate more clients. But then, and as you start getting clients from paid ads, you will start to do that. So you have two phases, grassroots and paid marketing, and you got to leverage in both of them. We'll help you too as it goes along.
Right. Thanks. Yep.
Got it. All right. Other questions?
I have a quick question.
Joaquin.
Sorry, I didn't raise my hands.
That's
Yeah, how you
all
guys
right.
doing?
Good. I'm good.
Good. When you give the mug, the Yeti mug to a client that refers, what do you do when that same client refers a second and third time? Do you get them?
Yeah.
Do they get 3 Yeti mugs or
No.
gifts get
No.
better? Or how's
Yeah,
that work?
the gifts get better. Yeah, the gifts get better. We just track it. And here's the thing. This is like somewhat complicated. So I don't want to like even teach this and have you guys think that you need to start doing something like this. Like, yeah, maybe you just give them a bunch of Yeti mugs or something like that. But in the surge, I teach the phases of gifting. And so phase 1 is like the handwritten card. Phase 2 is the mug. Phase 3 is I think we were doing a cast iron pan. So, and think about that. Like we give them a really nice cast iron pan. And why do we do that? Well, because we're teaching them how to cook healthy food. And every time they pull out that pan and cook their vegetables in that pan, they're thinking of us, right? So you have that. Phase 4 was an individualized gift. So if they send us a fourth referral or a third referral, I can't remember what it is. Then we just basically say we try to find something out, and we'll get them like if they're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, we'll send them a Pittsburgh Steelers jersey, or they're a Giants fan, we'll get them a Giants helmet, or we'll just be like, and we kind of have a budget in mind of like like around $200 to $300, for that. So basically, Yeti mug $25, cast iron pan $100, third referral $200 to $300, cast iron pan. The fourth one is pretty cool, and we've only done this a few times. But the fourth one is if they send a fourth referral, we send them out to dinner for. We actually did this year, but we sent them basically. We call our restaurant up. It's like I got 4 people coming in for dinner, and what we do is we have a couple. So say the client is the husband referred us a bunch of clients. He's bringing his wife out to dinner. We give them dinner for 4. Why do we do that? What's a couple going to do? They're going to invite another couple.
Pearls.
I said you can't bring your snot-nosed kids with you. You got to bring other people. Okay. Right. And so what do? They bring another people that are in their peer group, and hopefully they're not customers, right? And then the whole night they're talking about the gym that gave them this dinner. Why did you get the dinner? Well, I'm telling everybody about it. Why are you telling everybody? Because it's freaking awesome. That place is the best. So that's the phases. I go over that in detail in Surge.
Great.
All right,
Thank you, Matt.
Alyssa, you look like you had a question. You had what's called question face. That's a thing. Question face is a thing. It's like you're thinking really hard with your eyes, and you're like, so do you have a question, or did you
Yeah,
just have question
I was
face?
taking notes and
Oh,
listening.
okay.
Yeah, I have lots of questions, but I'm just listening for now.
All right, cool. Well, write your questions down, and then you can ask them later. All right, cool. What else? What else? If not, I'm gonna go to sleep. No, I'm gonna go to jujitsu. Any other final questions? I don't know where it was. The recording available in the vault. You know what you do is just if you want the recording, just send a message to Leo, and he'll send it to you. I'll do that. And if you're interested in any of Who's
Hey,
that?
Vince, you there?
I'm here. Yeah.
It's Mark.
Who's this?
First up, I'm waiting for the Italian restaurant recommendation. It's Mark. It's Mark. I got a question for you.
I'm trying to
Can
find
hear
you,
me or
Mark.
no?
Yeah, I can hear you. I just can't. Oh, Mark, there you are. Okay. I don't know why the screen's not lighting up. Go ahead, brother. Yeah, go ahead.
So, I'm a personal trainer. I'm not a gym owner. It's
Okay.
a very simple question. I mean, obviously, if I join something, I wanted to apply to personal trainers. Now, is you stop applying
yeah.
to personal trainers?
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. It's like, are you looking to get more customers?
Yes. I think you knew the answer.
So, like, let me ask you a question. Like, what I taught today, I mean, mostly I market to gym owners, right? But what I taught today,
Yeah. Yeah.
did a lot of it apply to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, a lot of it. I mean, not everything, but yes, a lot of it.
Cool. So yeah, so I think I don't know if I probably wouldn't have you sign up for the CEO mastermind. But yeah, the surge is definitely something that if you're looking to get more customers and you don't have a way to get new customers, then you need to put yourself in a situation where you're learning how to get new customers.
Okay.
And the surge will do that for you for sure. Yeah.
Like,
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll have fun too. AB, you squatting today? Or are you benching on Monday? Oh, it's Monday. It's bench day.
You know it.
Oh boy. Yeah, you better start beefing up because we got a little.
I know.
We got a keep it down. Keep it down. That's it.
All right.
There's no not giving away any secrets here, AB. So the only thing the only thing you need to know is you better be getting after it.
Sounds
We
good.
need to add a third bench day. 3 days a week bench. All right. Anything else? Well, it's great to be back. I miss doing these. By the way, we got another one next week. So I'm doing a series of 3 of these. So you're more than welcome to come back for the next one. I don't remember what the top Leo, where the hell did he go? I don't remember what the topic is, but I'm doing another one next week. Same times, 2:00. This seemed to be like a good time. Is this a good time? It's a good time for you because you're here.
Next week is email marketing stuff.
Hey, there we go. All right. How do I get more clients with email? Mark, do you have an email address?
Oh no.
Mark, do you have an email address?
You're muted, Mark.
I'm just messing with him a little bit.
what's your email?
Yeah.
I use smoke signal. Smoke signal.
Smoke signals?
Wait,
You're like
where's
Rocky.
the drop?
You're like Rocky Balboa. Hey, yo.
First off, if you want to play the Rocky quotes game, how about this? I pay twice as much for the serve if you win. And then if I win, nothing.
If I win what?
The Rocky quotes game.
Oh, the Rocky quotes game?
What are the names of Rocky's turtles?
Cuff and Link.
Okay, it's on.
You just signed up. You just signed up for Surge, buddy,
That's
and you paid
the
double.
rookie question, man.
No,
Yeah.
no, you gotta ask the question.
All right. Rocky question. Let's see here.
Oh, geez, the fact that you've taken this,
Well, I don't want to make it. You just gave me a layup, so I don't
I
want
did
to.
give you a layup.
That was a little
Okay,
bit. So
I'm
I'll
giving you
give
another
you
layup.
I'll give you a layup back.
Can you decide your speed when
No,
Mickey goes when Mickey goes to say, "I'll train you" after I kicked him out of the gym?
No, he's like,
Okay, we're even.
wait.
We're even.
Well, I'll give you one. What was the father's name that he used to go to before the matches? The priest.
Oh,
Another rookie question.
Yeah, that's a total rookie question.
that's not a, okay. What was the name of the?
No,
okay,
no, whoa. Can't dodge the question, Mark. I just asked you a question. What was it? What's the
I'm
what's the father
dyslexic. Yeah, that's
priest's name? Father what?
I'm Jewish. I'm not allowed to know.
Oh my gosh. You just signed yourself up for surge at double price, bro. Because father, yo, father, come on.
Hey, yo,
Come
Father,
on.
come on.
Hey, father, come on. You better go back and watch.
Fine. Okay, so what's the name of the first guy he fights? This is easy. That's the guy who headbutted.
Oh, Spider Rico. Come on. Dude, like, get out of here with these junior questions here.
I had nails. I had nails. He was punching me.
Yeah.
He had nails.
So anyway, what I was saying
I
was
had no Brian.
you if you have an email address and your clients have email addresses, you can get value from coming to the email one next week. That's all I was trying to say.
That's all I got to offer. I'm not sure, bro. I mean, if I have an email,
You
okay,
you bet you better
Daniel,
sign up. You better sign up for search because I think you'll be some fun.
what did you talk about trust? You can't trust me, Vince. There's no trust. Okay, your guy's we'll talk to your guy.
Yeah,
What
talk to Leo. He'll take care of you. Fun
Okay,
stuff.
thank
Good
you.
stuff. Jacob,
Okay.
did you have a question? You're furrowing your eyebrows like your forehead was wrinkled like you had a question or you're just thinking really hard. What do you got for me? You're muted. Love. My favorite thing is Rosemary's books. I just love looking at the books behind you. I have a similar wall in my office at home with just like books everywhere, just like flying out of the shelf. We're building a library in our house too. It's gonna be sick. You can come when you come to the house in July. You can come see it. It'll be ready by then.
Hi, Vince. I do have a
No.
question.
Yeah, awesome, brother. Let's go.
So I'm an owner operator here at my gym. And so a lot of the like people come in. One of the biggest things that I run into sometimes is when I get referrals, they want to work specifically with me. And after reading your book, you know, I tried to my 6 a.m. I didn't have any other coaches that could coach my 6 a.m. group. So kind of I took it on. So I have up to like 11 and it's been working well. But what I've been running into a problem with is that sometimes people want to work directly with me.
Yep.
And then I think that's kind of the beauty and the beast of a service industry is they want to work directly with me.
Yep.
And I've been trying to navigate, you know, sending them to other coaches that I've coached up. But I've noticed that sometimes the lifespan, two problems is one, the lifespan isn't as long, or it gets kind of like, hey, Jake, I really want to work in your group. So as soon as a slot opens up, let me know. And I could tell that the vibe that they have or the experience isn't maybe as enjoyable. And I'm trying to coach the coaches up, but sometimes his personality is just so different. So that's probably one of my biggest things that I run into when it comes to referrals.
Yeah, it's an outstanding question. The first thing I think you need to do is you need to, with the way you frame it, is when they sign up, is how you explain it is really everything. Now, at the end of the day, you really do need to make sure that your staff is able to keep people. If all of a sudden you're losing clients or the lifetime value is really low, it's a hiring problem more than anything. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to say go fire all your staff and trainers, but you 100% should be putting trainers out on the floor that you trust that they're going to be able to keep them. So it could come back to that. It could come back to, do I have the right horses on the squad to be able to push this business where I want it to go? And sometimes that's a tough thing. It's a tough thing
100%.
because they're probably good people and, you know, they're nice, but if they're not good enough, to play, like, it's like, we're not going to win with C players.
Right. And with that, like I've noticed that the retention has been there, but I've noticed that the referrals from there's a lack of referrals from those guys.
Yep.
And so, and then sometimes the coaches come up and ask, you know, about referrals, and I'm trying to coach them up. So that'd be kind of the biggest thing. The retention's there. It's just sometimes a matter of like, they're not referring anybody.
Yeah. Yeah. So again, go back. So is the question they're not referring or they want to train with you? Is that the problem?
Yeah, more like they stick around because I feel like the vibe is good here. And so I think you kind of answered it though. Maybe it's just really taking a look at some of the coaches and being like, hey, maybe you're good, but we want to be great.
Yeah. Like,
Okay.
just like you gotta like almost like I look at like Brady and that's what it really comes to you, right? Like, it's like you got to elevate them to your level. I mean, they may never be as good as you, and that's okay, right? But it's like your job now as the owner operator is to make the performance of those people better so they do refer. So really, I would take this on my shoulders, right? I would take this on my shoulders for you is what's the leadership that you need to provide to these guys? Now, you have to identify, are they the right person? If they're a core value fit and they're the right person and they're working hard, they just don't have enough coaching, then that's on you. If they're weird and clients think they're weird and they like say awkward things and they're like no energy and they're low energy people, they're low E. If I walk to a gym and I feel low E, it's not going to work. So you got to kind of make that kind of decision there. Is it the wrong person just there that's not allowing, the product to be as good as it needs to be.
Okay.
But in terms of going back to that when you have the conversation with people, it's just like the way I always used to frame it was, hey, I'm the owner of this business, but we all work as a team. We all work as a squad. We meet. So I'll give you an example. My mom, I had to put my mom into a home recently, and I had to put her into what's called memory care. And memory care is like where all the people that, they sit like this all day. Like it's a horrible situation. My mom's young. She's only 73. She has dementia, right?
Sorry.
But when I was going and I was interviewing all the different the homes, right? I would start asking questions of like, all right, well, what do you guys, do from how do you train your staff? Right? Because I know that's so important. And they're like, oh, this the place that we ended up sending her to. Like, oh, we meet once a month. And this past month we talked about redirecting, and redirecting is a big thing for dementia. I've learned so much. But right, and they like we just had a training on that. We had an expert come in and we like did that, and they were like talking it up like that. I was like, boom. I was like, this is the spot. Right.
Okay.
Because I had trust and belief that these people are educated, that these people are doing the job, that these people are, and that's kind of what you want to portray to the new clients that come in of like, hey, and it goes back to make it better, right? Go back to that point of like, make it better. And you're the driver of that make it better process. So I think as long as you got some good people and good human beings, like I think you can probably fix this and again, the other thing is go back to, is it a problem? Right?
Right.
Are you getting the total amount of how many clients do you have?
At our gym or just me personally?
At your gym, total.
A little over 100.
Okay. So did you get 10 referrals last year?
Saying that I would have to do my numbers.
Okay. Yeah, dude. So do your numbers and see, how many referrals did you get? You could be on track, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the other thing. Hey, guys, I can't stress this enough. Like I'm talking to everybody. If you run your business on emotion, you're going to be running yourself ragged. You have to run your business on data and make decisions based on what is reality, what is real, what happened, and then make decisions based on that. Because a lot of times we go and we have this feeling that we have a problem when there really isn't an actual problem. The
Awesome.
data
Thank you
is
so
not
much.
telling me, yeah, you got it. The data is not telling me that there is an issue. And I still do, even though I know my numbers like inside and out, there's still some times where I'm like I didn't realize, I didn't check till the end of the year. I knew we were doing well, but I didn't realize we were doing 2.75 well this year, which is unheard of in Mastermind, unheard of. So I think this might be our best year ever in retention. I think we usually are around 3%. We hit 2.75. I was very proud of that. All right, cool. I really used all my words. This is fun. We're back at it next week. If you want to come next week, make sure you bring someone. Send me a referral. There you go. Practicing what I preach, as always. All right, guys. This is great. You're the best, Rosemary. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Awesome job. This is fun. See you guys hopefully next week.